The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it's Friday.
I created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the brag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me.
Okay, let's go.
Hello. Hello.
Let's do this. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
All right, man, it's Friday. We're going to get you just so much closer to the weekend. 6:04, about 37 degrees. But remember, about an hour away, a little less, 7 a.m. is one of your last chances to get to the Foo Fighters in San Diego with GTFO. So, 7 a.m. today. It'll go the rest of the day today with Lauren and Brian Phillips through the rest of that part of it. But then, Monday, we start a new one. We'll tell you about that one in an hour as well. With the next
In an hour?
In an hour. Everybody's got to wait about it.
Where is it?
Got to be about an hour, 55 minutes. You can wait. You wait
Even
there.
me?
Yeah, even you. See, Kenzie doesn't get on the emails because she just would leak all this stuff.
No, yeah, they tell me nothing.
Yeah, leak the information.
Everyone's always like on the text line, like, oh, help me out. Like, who's going to be at the pop-up show? I go, no, I actually don't. They won't tell me.
Yeah, she's the purveyor of the text line, and that's why she can't have any of the information.
Because I would absolutely, if someone's like, hey, come on, help me out. I'm like, okay. Like, sometimes when you tease the keyword, where you're like, if you missed it, I'll tell you again in 5 minutes. A bunch of people text and ask what it is, and I respond.
Yeah. Kenzie goes like, you want a car? I'll give you a car. Everything, whatever you want.
I'm here to help. It's customer service, baby.
So 7 a.m., one of your last chances, Foo Fighters in San Diego, and next week's is insane. It just keeps going and going and going with these GTFOs, getting you places, getting you out of Chicago for a little bit. Greatest city in the world, of course, but get to a warm, beautiful climate and a great band. And also get a $100 Visa gift card just for qualifying. So super easy. And remember, if you've already qualified, think like, well, I don't have to listen to 7 because I'm already, no. If you qualified for 1, don't worry about it. Just be here to do it again. We'll tell you when you're ineligible at that point if you win, a big deal and you can't win anymore. Just keep trying. Keep going. And then at 7:10, we'll do Clash with Kenzie. Pixie's Modest Mouse tickets coming up. So a lot on deck for you today. You give us that proof of life check in the day at 312-591-8300. I know, Kenzie, we'll talk a little later about your doctor's appointment yesterday because Kenzie could have a baby today or tomorrow or Sunday. The official due date.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I think he's so comfortable. I think I messed up because I've made some amazing dinners. Like I love cooking. Yeah. And I just feel like the baby is like, I heard it's just milk when I get out of here, and I'm not about it.
Yeah, it's this formula stuff, this powdered thing put in there
He's
once in a while.
No, thank you.
Yeah. I'm loving this fettuccine Alfredo in here.
Yeah, like why? I get it. I understand where he's coming from.
I don't know why I just pictured your baby laying on a nest of pasta.
Well, like I made tacos. With my son last night, and like I always make like homemade like corn tortillas. Like it's the Latin way, baby.
Yep.
And my son had 7, which I wasn't planning for.
7 tacos?
I guess we don't get to have leftovers. It's not going differently in my mind. And he's like, and I had 2, and he goes, "Do you think the baby's in there now eating both tacos?" And all I imagined was this tiny baby like scooping guacamole up on the taco, like dipping it and stuff.
Yeah.
I go, he's never coming out of here.
Yeah, where's the verde sauce? Where's the green? Come on, give me that stuff.
Yeah,
7
tacos.
Extra.
He's 7.
He's a growing boy.
That's the thing when you're a kid. There's no governor. There's nothing that says I'm full.
No.
I mean, if there's tacos keep coming, I'm going to keep eating the tacos.
Yeah, there's no limitation.
I mean, I didn't grow up from that. Like, I still have that. Like, if you keep bringing tacos, I'm going to keep eating tacos. What's it's America.
Well, he got in trouble because we do this thing where everyone goes around the table and says their favorite part of the day. It's like a fun way to make, especially when he was quieter, early in life. Like when you ask kids about how school is, they go, good. So it helped give him the details and do that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of mine. He goes, can I have more tacos? And my husband, Roman's like, that's super rude, buddy. It's kind of finally her turn, and she's already plated everyone's dinner, and she just sat down, and you're asking her to get up, stop her answer, and make you more food. You could have probably just waited.
In fairness, he was hungry. I understand where he's coming from.
Oh, poor little guy.
Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. And today is Groundhog's Day. Excuse me, I get emotional for Groundhog's Day.
Oh, my
very,
God.
Very emotional about it. And every other
Got a
morning...
gopher in your throat, do you?
Oh, listen, every other morning show in town is going to do Groundhog Day content today. We're not going to do that. Now, some of the facts are going to relate to it. Oh, this is the only time we're going to do it.
So some of it's going to be...
Okay, some of it is. Some of it is.
Now, about that damn ground.
So...
What is Punxsutawney up to?
Whoa. We're going to do...
We have a live feed.
Listen, right now, everybody, they're up in Woodstock, of course, because the movie Groundhog Day filmed there, and there's a party up there. And listen, you're going up there to drink, I'm fine with that. If you're using an excuse to go drink a little bit before work, fine. Go ahead and do that. It's great. We're going to do just a little because I've crunched the numbers on Groundhog Day to see what it means and what it doesn't mean. And he looks at his shadow. He sees I forgot now. He sees a shadow. It's 6 more weeks of winter.
How much research did you do if you're not sure what it means if he sees a shadow?
I'm not sure, actually.
I kind of trust you on Groundhog's Day. This is sort of your wheelhouse.
All right, Groundhog Day is not my wheelhouse. I just want to make that clear. This is not a branding thing. So it's the shadow thing, seeing 6 more weeks of winter, blah, blah, blah.
If he sees the shadow, there's 6 more weeks of winter.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Groundhog's Day
Spoiler
content.
alert, we live in Illinois. No matter what, there's more than 6 weeks of winter.
Thank you. But crunch some of the numbers of the facts coming up here about Groundhog Day, and then we won't talk about it again. How about that?
Okay.
Because every other morning show is going to make a whole thing on it.
Okay.
And they all suck.
Oh, my God. But we're also doing that.
But we're going to suck for a minute, though. Just I promise.
Stay here.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Okay, time for some facts to make your brain go. Now, breaking down some of the Groundhog Day stuff, which, yes, is very typical, and everybody's doing it. But there's something at the end of this that what they used to do to Phil after he let you know what was going to happen with winter. We'll have that at the end of the fact here. First off, crunching the numbers.
Oh, my God, is this a crime? Like, what do you mean? What
It might be in It might be in Kenzie's crime afterward. You decide.
They come at Phil, bro.
So, Punxsutawney Phil has only been right 39% of the time since 1886. So you're flipping a coin, you're going to have a better chance on whether winter's going to be there or not if he sees his shadow. There's 6 more weeks of winter. He's seen his shadow 107 times, allegedly, plus 1 partial shadow. He's seen no shadow 19 times. So, whatever.
Can I stand up for Phil right now?
Sure, go ahead. I'm waiting for this.
I think he's been accurate 100% of the time on seeing or not seeing his shadow. I think the human interpretation of what that means...
Right?
Maybe we're a little off. I feel like he's right. He's seen or not seen a shadow. He's not out here trying to do a job.
He's just cute. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Well, you may not like this, that after that, back in the day, in the 1800s still, but like 1880s, after he made his prediction, they would eat him.
What?
They ate Phil.
So there's a new Phil every year?
Yeah, back then there was. They served him up as the first official Groundhog Day back in the 1800s because they said he was quite tender, they said. But they ate...
First official groundhog. Who eats groundhog?
In 1886, they did. As Case points out, nothing good happened in the 1800s.
Listen,
so
they didn't have anything. They couldn't go to Arby's.
Who was alive in 1886?
Bunch of nobodies.
Well,
give me an example of how far ago, how long ago that really was.
Abe Lincoln.
Was he? He was like an 1886 guy?
Well, he was gone by then. Something happened to him. It was a
But
bad.
what year? Like, was it around then?
It was a bad trip to the theater.
I know
like a bad
that.
movie or something.
You got that story? You know that part or no?
Well, yeah.
About Abe having a rough
Yeah, but
time.
okay, let me Google when that happened.
Well, I can tell you.
Well, tell me.
1865 is when he was assassinated.
All right, I'm gonna say that doesn't, so it doesn't help me.
It doesn't help you. What are you trying to figure out? I'm not sure.
I want to know who was alive in 1886. I want
I think your boy Darwin was, and Einstein was born in the 1800s, and then they lived in the 1950-ish era. You're trying to find the most famous person from the 1800s that was alive?
Yeah.
I guess it's Abe Lincoln, right? I mean,
He wasn't alive in 1886. You just said he got shot in 1865.
Oh, in 86. Okay. I thought it was the
Yeah.
1800s in general.
Do you know Emily Dickinson, the writer?
Yes.
She died in 1886.
Okay.
So she probably had a little bit of a groundhog.
And she also had a couple months in that year.
Yeah, exactly.
At least. I don't know if she died.
Yeah, no, she tucked in on that groundhog pretty hard.
All right. What did she write, by the way? Emily Dickinson.
Oh, that's a great question, Brian. I don't know.
Well, I knew the name. I just can't think of the book. Any kind of, big book on it.
She wrote a lot of stuff.
What's she write, kids? If
Yeah,
you wrote
what's
She was a poem person. She wrote tons of poems.
Oh, poems? Okay.
Yeah,
And
which
then-
I don't
like, a
really.
lot.
I don't like poetry.
I kind
And
of.
I thought, I could be wrong. Isn't Emily Dickinson the one who had to like pretend to be a guy to get her poems published?
Well, sounds like you have some knowledge on this we don't know about.
I don't know. That may be wrong. I forget. It was a young female writer for a long time had to pretend they were male.
Did you make that up too? Like it was either her or the other one?
So she was. You guys are haters. She was born in 1830. Yeah, in 1865. So
Right.
she probably ate her last groundhog that year.
Yeah.
It's a short life when you think about it.
Kelly
Yeah.
texted in from Indiana saying groundhog is actually good. They're vegetarian, so if you eat them early in the spring, the meat is very tasty of a groundhog.
I thought she meant eating groundhog was vegetarian. I was going to disagree, but I now see her point.
It's kind of opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess 'cause that's why, you get grass-fed beef is really good. Like a good steak is grass-fed, so.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Why is that weird?
Because we're eating meat. We're eating them. and we're making them eat grass.
Do you know what that means?
What means?
Like if we were cannibals, we would eat all the vegans.
Yeah.
Like that's what you'd go for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but why wouldn't we want to eat someone that had more meat in them? Like a meat eater. Why wouldn't a meat eater eat a meat eater?
The veggies make you taste good. It's like when you stuff a turkey with like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just weird. So
we don't know who was alive in 1866, do we?
you still haven't found anybody like besides Emily Dickinson who died in 1886 after eating a
Okay,
groundhog.
get this. I googled most famous people born in 1886
Yep.
and then didn't recognize anybody's name.
Give us some of the names.
Okay, celebrities born in 1886.
Yep.
Albert Guerrero,
Nope.
Diego Rivera,
Nope.
Fred Quimby,
Is that a Simpsons character?
Well, there's Mayor Quimby.
Yeah, okay.
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb was a baseball player. We know Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, legendary baseball player.
He
God, he was born in 1886?
I know, and then it's a shame he was slandered his entire life, and especially in death. A bunch of fake news about Ty Cobb out there.
Didn't know Case had a Ty Cobb rant ready to go.
Oh, he was treated horribly after he died. A bunch of people wrote lies about what an awful person he was.
Like, how was he awful? Did he eat groundhogs?
Yeah, he was a monster, Brian. The town was in shambles over it.
Good Lord.
Ma Rainey, Ed Wynn. Ed Wynn, not Edwin.
Yep. Yeah. Not of the Wynn Casino family, I don't think.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
This is Siegfried Sassoon. I don't know if he's part of Siegfried Royd or whatever.
He was his uncle who got ate by a lion first, and then
Yeah, family lineage.
I mean, they were really lacking in the power hitters here.
yeah.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
saying. Just the world sucked until like 30 years ago.
Well, then that's probably why they ate a groundhog back then, because it seemed like a good idea to like spice things up. You know?
That was the best they could do to make it spicy.
Yeah, let's eat this sucker.
I'm a little surprised we don't see like groundhog beef jerky sold at gas stations. That seems like something that like your redneck cousin would be into.
Mine?
No, just in general.
Oh, somebody's redneck cousin.
Yes.
I got a redneck cousin, so.
What's his story?
Doesn't have any groundhog beef jerky, but
That's a shame.
he paints buses.
Where does he live?
Way up north in Wisconsin.
Oh, I see. I always go southern. I always think southern
Yeah.
for that, you know?
There's northern rednecks.
Yeah, I guess.
They exist. They might call them something different. But anyway, we were talking about Groundhog Day and how they used to eat Punxsutawney Phil. At least in 1886 they did. Also, the current Punxsutawney Phil has a wife, but they have no kids. I don't know what's going on.
Trouble in paradise.
A little bit.
They're on that DINK lifestyle, double income, no kids. That's how I'm trying to be.
They're ready to travel the world.
Maybe
he only has to work one day a year. They're living their best life.
Yeah, but maybe the one time he's frisky, they C-block him by pulling him out of the hole to see his shadow.
Oh, that'd be so embarrassing to get caught having sex the morning you're supposed to see your shadow.
He comes out with wood. I see two shadows.
That's why he actually runs back in the hole.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 20 minutes away, less than that actually, till 7 a.m. One of your last chances to get the trip to the Foo Fighters in San Diego, and you will qualify with a $100 Visa gift card, 7 a.m. We have that for you right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Yesterday on the show, we had WGN's Ben Bradley on, an investigative reporter, one of the best in the business, and this is a story we followed with him, and we talked about it first of mayor down in Dalton, the south suburbs, the alleged corruption going on down there, how they just seem to have this mafia. Tiffany Haddish, as Kenzie likes to say, is the mayor.
Oh, my God. I just saw an accident. It throws me up.
I said that like 10 times as well. It's Tiffany Henyard.
Henyard, dang it.
I know. She's just changed her name at this point.
Very
but
tricky.
Ben Bradley went down there again to find more answers on the corruption and how they're spending money for lavish trips like this trustee he talked to.
Trustee Jerry Jones was on that first-class trip to New York.
Still don't have a comment.
Sir, you're a trustee.
Well, once again, I don't have a comment.
He's like, my hands are tied.
I'd like to help you.
Dang.
But I still have no comment.
I wish I had one.
Oh, it's amazing. And more people on the staff, for people that run, politicians have to talk at some point. All of them, no comment. They slam doors in his face when he tries to get more of the information. He just keeps going. Ben Bradley from WGN TV is a Terminator. Here's more of our conversation with him yesterday. I'll tell you what, you're one of the best in the business at getting doors slammed in your face.
Oh.
That's why you went to school all those years.
Wait,
I would
I'm
like to think
reporting,
I'm the best in the
Brian.
business at getting people to talk to me. You heard that in November. She actually talked to me. Now, it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
But let me just say, my good friend Chuck Gowdy from Channel 7, who's a mentor to me, has a great line about this type of interview. Some people cruelly call it an ambush interview. I think that's a little uncouth.
Right.
He calls it an unscheduled interview. And to your point, sometimes people are not happy to see us and take off.
Yeah, I mean, I meant that as a compliment, by the way, because you keep going. You don't get rattled. I mean, most people would just fly off the handle once a door is closed, or people keep saying no comment when their job is to comment as a trustee or a mayor or whatever, and you keep going like the Terminator.
Well, it can be maddening, and I guess what I think about is these are all legitimate questions, and yeah, some reporters will yell and scream, and I think it's sad. I think that it's sad that people in positions of public trust, who, keep in mind, the mayor and supervisor Tiffany Henyard makes more than $200,000 a year in salary and other benefits. So, I think that's what you hear in my voice in these moments is, really?
Yeah. And that was from yesterday's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101, getting Ben Bradley from WGN TV on. We have that full uncut interview. You have to hear the whole thing, more audio and more of our conversation on the new Brian and Kenzie podcast at Q101.com. New, fresh logo. Looks all sweet.
Jazzy.
And make sure you subscribe to that, Q101.com, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.